Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is the second video of my third AliExpress unpacking of the orders. Let's continue. So I think I've mentioned before that I'm addicted to ordering heat shrink. So here I have 18650. I bought these for 18650 battery to heat shrink batteries. These are 25 centimeters, 25 millimeters, so 2.5 centimeters wide, and I think it's a meter in length. And this, I'm not sure, I'll put the information on the screen somewhere, but this is much smaller heat shrink, maybe 1.5 millimeter diameter, something like that. Okay. Okay. So I ordered. There's one missing, but I'm sure I put it in a different bag. So I ordered 5 of these plastic scrapers. Nothing fancy. Just plastic scrapers. This is 18650. I think they call them battery gasket. It's these type of gaskets, and you can see that the middle part can be removed. It's like 2 rings. So for the positive side, you might remove this part, and then to weld the strips. Anyway, I think it's how many? 100? Maybe 100 of them. Anyway, information will be on the screen at some point. This is, I think, 100 of really thin needles for use with like super glue. So you can see how thin that end is. And on the other side, you just put the super glue tip inside of it, and then you can finally control how much glue comes out. So that's a set of 100 of them. This is battery insulation gasket barley paper. If you take a look, this is just, yeah, okay. So it's just this green material that you can remove the backing and glue, and then it's glue, and you can use it to, I guess, to tape batteries, to insulate batteries, I'm guessing. I bought some 0.2 millimeter mechanic HXT100 solder. So it's 6337 tin lead. I wanted a very thin solder wire. Let's capture a USB capture card. I usually use, and I showed it in a different unpacking video, these types of capture card. Very simple, not very performant, but good enough for me. There we go. But I wanted to get something a bit more performant, so I'm hoping this is going to perform better. Supposedly it can go up to 4K HDCP 2.2. I don't know what that is. And here you can see it has input and output, HDMI input and output. And here we have the USB 3 that you connect to the computer. And I'm assuming microphone, headphone, pass-through. So pretty simple capture card. Hopefully it works well. And it comes with a USB-C to C cable. Empty. Empty. So I bought yet another unnecessary screwdriver, electric screwdriver. There we go, that's the light. I'm looking forward to testing this. Let's see, maybe I'll do a small demo at the end of this video to see how well it screws and unscrews. They had 3 versions of this. This one is called the full knurled. That's how it's described. And there is a half knurled one, and there is a fully, I don't know what it's, full plain one that doesn't have these ridges. All right, let's keep this here because I might do a demo. I needed a couple of car chargers, and this brand, I am familiar with this brand, eSager. I bought a few power chargers of this brand, and I'm happy with them. So I'm hoping that this works well. Simple USB-A, one USB-A, one USB-C, and car. The last 2 items. This is a simple USB female to male, USB 3 female to male extension. I think this one is 30 centimeters. And last item, maybe it's more depending on what's inside. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. These are called, I think, the Nintendo bits. I wanted to add these to my collection of bits. 2 of them, 2 different sizes. There. This is for screen opening. They're plastic cards, simple, very thin plastic cards for when you're replacing screens. I'll probably use one of these when I do the battery replacement on my phone. This is a tweezer, the brand ELB. Fine tweezers. I already have fine tweezers, but you can never have enough tweezers. Well, the protection thing is punctured. Went through and it doesn't look like it caused any damage. So you can see this is fine tweezers. Next, what's this? Blades. This is also for screen replacement. I see people using those sometimes for the initial separation of the screen from the device, just to get a small gap in which you can use a larger spudger. Anyway, so these are like blades. How do you open this now? Just want to show you one of them. Here we go. So very sharp blade, thin, very thin, and it has like a aluminum handle, so you can do on the edge of a screen. Put it out after. Need to make sure. Okay. I ordered some FR9618 SOP 8 chips. There's 5 of them, and I mentioned in my ASUS router attempted repair video, I came to the conclusion that I have a bunch of that there's a bunch of DC to DC converters that had blown chips of this type, the 9618. Am I saying it right? 9618, yes. So I'm probably going to do another video, a follow-up video, to see if I replace these chips, if the device will come to life. 0402 resistor kit. Yeah, I have the 0603 and 0804, and I needed the 0402. So this is a resistor kit, 1 ohm to 1 mega ohm, 660 pieces. And to go with that, I also needed the 0402 capacitor kit. Goes from 1 picofarad to 10 microfarad. Again, I have the 0603 and 0804. No! And that's the end of this unpacking. If you like to see a demo of the screwdriver, that's what I'm going to do next. Otherwise, the video is finished. All right, so let's test this driver on this. It needs a tri-wing bit, which I already installed. One thing to note, I just noticed that when you operate it, the light doesn't come on automatically. It's an on-off switch here below. This turns on the light, and then you have to manually turn it off. It doesn't go off by itself. Just so you know. Okay, let's see if it'll loosen these screws. Oh, I need to hold it more solidly. No, I don't think it has enough torque to loosen these big screws. No. Okay. Let me loosen it manually a bit. All right. No, still. So I guess this is not made for really torquey stuff. All right, let me find something else that will have smaller screws. All right, we're back. I'm going to test it on my USB meter here. USB meter. Let me zoom you down a bit more. There we go. And let's see how well this works. So let me hold it like this. Maybe this will give you a better view. Yeah, it's out. There we go. I'm going to put it back in. And let's tighten it. Okay, so this doesn't cut out. You have to like judge when to stop using it. Let me remove this one. Try it on another one. Yeah, there we go. It's out. Now we put it back in. Yeah, good. And you have to remember to turn off the light. Okay, so it works. Yeah, for smaller electronics, I think for smaller electronics, this will be very good because I use this. I showed this in my previous unboxing. This one would be for, you know, bigger screws, consoles and things like that. Let me zoom you out again. So for consoles and things like that, you would use this one, obviously, because it has more torque. And this one cuts out when it reaches the torque settings. This one is more for smaller electronics, and you have to be careful to like stop and you know, stop screwing because it doesn't cut off. This wasn't very expensive, but you know, for smaller electronics, it's fine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.